don't know.
But like, when do you plan to? In 1 month, in 1 year? Any ideas?
My is in 2 months maybe until I finish my
Oh,
study.
in 2 months, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, you are short of time and you want band 7, right?
Yes. In 2 months or long from that. I just want to learn for now.
Okay, let's see if you can score band 7. I will tell you, at least in speaking. So we will practice today. First, I will introduce you with some theory, and then we will move on to practicing it. And I'll tell you by the end of this practice approximately how much time you need to get prepared for IELTS and to get band 7. Okay? You ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Good. Then let me share my screen. Let me know as soon as you see it. I think it's connecting now. Bear with me a little bit. I think now you should be able to see my screen.
Yes, yes, we can see.
Yes? Oh, okay. So I'll skip
Yes.
this part because you already know me. So let's move to the topic of today's lesson. Today we'll be talking about part 2 of IELTS, and I kind of allocate and divide the cue cards into 4 types. Some teachers divide it into 5 types and even 6 types of cue cards, but I think 4, it's okay. We can stick to 4. One of them we were talking about last 2 lessons. We were talking about events and how to describe events. And with Franklin and Didik, we were practicing it. Today, we'll be talking about people and everything related to people. So by the end of this lesson, hopefully, you'll be armed with the vocabulary and grammar to describe people. And so when we talk about people, someone dropped off or? Okay. And when we talk about people, we need to bear in mind that you can describe a person you admire. Do you know, Alpha, do you know what it means, admire? Alpha, do you know what it means?
Yes, I know.
Yes?
I know.
Okay, very good. So what is it? What does it mean, admire? How do you understand this word?
Okay, admire is like we have a feeling that we admire to someone and we like them, or we we have we like someone more than just like.
Of course, yeah. So like the person you like or worship. Good. You can also be asked to describe your favorite teacher, your family member, your friend, your favorite actor. And here, when describing people, at the beginning, when you're talking about setting, you need to say who this person is, how you know this person, how you are related, and describe the person. So you will need some personality adjectives. I'll try to supply you with some of the ideas and you will be able to describe everything. So likewise in your essay writing, you have 3 parts. Can you tell me if you're preparing for IELTS? Probably you know it. So we have 3 parts in IELTS essay. So what are they? So what do we start with? When we start our essay, what do we start with? Any ideas, or you haven't taken IELTS writing part? Alpha, have you taken IELTS writing part or not? You haven't taken?
No.
Not
I
yet.
haven't taken any IELTS test before.
Okay. So, all right, then let me tell you. So when we have essay, we usually have 3 paragraphs: introduction, body, and conclusion. And likewise, in part 2, you need to have some forewords. So we call it not an introduction, but foreword in speaking, which contains 1 to 2 sentences. Here you need to set the setting, I would say. And I think we'd better, I'd better zoom it because probably it's hard for you to see now. Can you see it better now, I guess?
Yes, I can see it better now.
Okay, very good. So you can start your sentence with, I'd like to tell you about my mom, my brother, my sister, my favorite teacher, my favorite doctor, etc. I have known her, him, them since childhood or since 2000. When we were, let's say, when we were going to the same high school. Okay, so this is going to be your introduction. And do not exceed it, just 1, 2 sentences, that will be enough. Someone is pending to enter, but I don't see any pending. Wait. Don't see any requests. Oh, now I see. Ahmad. Franklin also joined us. Franklin and Ahmad, welcome, guys. Hi, can you hear me? Ahmad couldn't join. Hi, Franklin.
Hello, Miss. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much better right now. I'm much better.
Okay, good. Okay. So have you missed the beginning of the class?
Actually, I was entered just not just right now. I entered last I think already 5 minutes.
Okay, so what are we talking today about? Did you hear about this?
People.
Or did you miss?
Isn't it? We're going to talk about people.
People, right. Okay, so you haven't missed anything, as I see. Cool. All right, then let me just move on.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, remember last lesson we were talking about 3 parts. These parts are repeating, and they will be repeating over all part 2 questions. So you need to make some introduction, which is 1 to 2 sentences. Then you need to move on to a body part. You need to tell a story. Let's say 85% of your speech should be should contain body part, so in a storytelling format. So you basically need to follow the questions in the cue card, or you can reassemble the questions. So you can edit them, do some other organizations, or whatever you want to do with these questions. You can do it, provided that you answer the topic given. So also you need here what you are going to talk about when we're talking about people. You will provide details about that person. Let's say what, when, where, how, again. So these questions, you bear in mind, ask yourself these questions. How do you know this person, or what this person is doing in life, or when did you meet this person, or where did you meet this person? So these questions you can describe also here, but you remember that when, where, and who are usually used to introduce people. I'll show you a little bit later. Introduce the setting. Okay, part 3, conclusion, 1 to 2 sentences. You should finish your story here. And what you can talk about, Franklin, in the last part, do you remember what you can talk about?
You mean I want to talk about the people? I mean the person?
They are same. They are same actually all through. So what you can actually do? What's the point of the final part?
What is the importance of these people?
Okay, you can talk about the importance of the person, right? So some takeaways from your experience, yeah? So whether it is an event, like we were talking about events last lesson, so whether it is an event or this is about people, so you should have some takeaways from contacting these people or from having this event. So that's what your final part should be about. Good. And where can you find any ideas to talk about?
What do you mean ideas? Ideas of the people in interaction?
Yeah, I mean, an examiner is asking you to describe a person you admire. Where will you take ideas to describe this person? Like
the nearest, my closest friend, or perhaps my wife.
Okay, I mean, you will rely on your personal experience, right? You will rely on your personal experience. Usually this is enough, but sometimes if you're asked some weird questions and you have nothing to answer, just remember some story. Remember a plot of a book or a film or anything you watched, so you can base your answer on it if you're puzzled. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, and here I also have a sample answer for completion. Finish your story like this. So, just the presence of this person in my life makes me feel warm. Or just the fact that people like him live on this planet make me delighted, make me happy. So this is how you can finish. It's just an idea. Of course, you can use your own ideas, but these are mine, and I think they can be useful for you. And talking about structure, again, so we have 5 WH questions. Who? You need to say who this person is. Where have you met this person? And when have you met this person? So how are you related? So this forward will help us understand what you're going to talk about, whether it's your dad, father, and if yes, how you know it. How do you know this person? If it's, I don't know, your best friend. So where did you meet and when did you meet? So you could talk about these questions in the introduction, and then in the body part. You have to focus on what's the person like. So here you need to describe the person. So here it's our what question. Remember when we were talking about events, there was a what question. So what this event is about. And here, what's the person like? And the final part, why. So why or how, why this person is important to you. So some outcomes, some takeaways from the story should be. And okay, let's talk a little bit about some strategies. Again, so the first part, you should introduce the person, say who this person, the name if needed, the job. And here is an example. I'd like to tell you about my mom. Her name is, she's a lawyer. This is one way to put it. Another way to put it, I'd like to tell you about my favorite actor. It's Keanu Reeves. I first got to know him when I was 15. God bless you. I was struck by his acting in The Matrix, so I liked him so much. Strategy number 2, again, remember sequencing words. I was talking about them, so they are the same. This strategy is the same, so use sequencing words so that you can signal when your first idea is coming, when your second idea is coming, when your third idea and final, let's say, idea is coming. So you need to use some sequencing words, or you can use the adverbs of time. When we first met, after that, as soon as we arrived, or as we arrived home. So just, I mean, when you tell a story, you need to use the sequencing words and the adverbs. Again, the same strategy for 3. You can use some adjectives. I'm not gonna, talk about it, because if you missed the class, you can watch the recording. Okay, Alpha? Alpha?
Yes, Miss.
Have you watched the recording? Last session recording. Have you watched it?
I have don't watch that because I had some tasks that I have.
Oh, okay, I suggest you to watch it, because I was talking in details about what I'm talking now. So, it's like kind of, I'm building up a foundation for you. Yes, so some fundamentals. So one layer is on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. So you are building up your knowledge, and I don't want to repeat the same things. So you'd better go back to our recorded videos, watch the last 2, and that's going to be useful for you, believe me. So we can use some adjectives. I'll just give you 2, some positive adjectives. You can explain, you can use some adjectives saying like splendid, something is beautiful, excellent. You can use atrocious, which means very bad. His behavior was atrocious. So you can use some adjectives like this to make your story interesting. But mainly, most importantly, you need to use personality adjectives, because you're going to describe a person logically, right? Someone is knocking the door. Muhammad. Yusuf came, but I think his connection was not sufficient. So let's see if Muhammad's connection is okay. Muhammad? I can't see. Muhammad, hi. Hello, Muhammad. Welcome. He left. Maybe his connection is also not sustainable. All right. So personality adjectives: kind-hearted. Okay. Do you know what a kind-hearted is?
Yes.
Who is a kind-hearted person? You know, Alpha.
Like a kind-hearted person that I know is my
Your
mom and my dad.
And your dad. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. They are very caring, aren't they?
They are very caring.
Cool. Also, you can say that they are considerate. They are careful and attentive to you. They are considerate. They try not to hurt you. Right?
Yes. Yes, Miss.
So you can say they are considerate people. Kind-hearted and considerate people. You can take some notes, guys. Jolly. If your parents are joyful, you can say that they are jolly. Yeah. Knowledgeable if they know a lot. Broad-minded if they are tolerant and liberal. So they accept people as they are, and they are not that judgmental. So they are just broad-minded people or open-minded people. Inventive means like they are creative. Rational means logical. Do you know that word, rational? Rational?
Yes, I know.
Okay. Franklin, do you?
Could you repeat, Miss?
So you know rational. What about Franklin? Do you know this word, rational?
Yes, I know.
I do.
I know.
Okay, so let's move on. Reliable means trustworthy. Straightforward means direct. And let's check the negative ones. Ambitious. You know, ambitious can be not really negative, but if a person is really determined and pushy, then we think that we consider it as a negative one. Careless means heartless. Maybe you've heard Billie Eilish song, "Call Me Careless, Call Me Blind," something like this. I think Copycat. She has, if you know Billie Eilish, have you heard Billie Eilish songs?
Yes.
Okay, so she has a song, Copycat song, as far as I remember. The name of the song is a Copycat, so she has that word over there. You can watch her song today and you will come across this word, careless, heartless, no heart. Changeable, I think it's self-explicit. So changeable, this person changes a lot, and when person is changeable, it's hard to adapt, it's hard to understand really how to talk to that person. Mean means unkind. Narrow-minded is the opposite of broad-minded. So this poor person is not tolerant, is not liberal. This person understands only his way of thinking and not others. Quick-tempered means this person gets angry quickly. Resentful means emotional, shows emotional reaction to being mistreated, offended. For example, okay, some people may offend you, but mistreat you, do something not really polite to you. But sometimes it's just exaggerated too much, okay? Maybe people didn't mean to do something bad to you, and you are offended, you are resentful. So sometimes you shouldn't feel this way, and this is considered to be negative one as well. So if person is resentful, for example, some of my friends were resentful. Whenever I used to talk to them, I mean, out of the blue, they could get offended, and you know, I understood that we cannot walk together for our life, and the things cannot go on like that. So I had to say goodbye to some of my friends because they were really resentful, and this is not always positive. Sneaky means sly. It's the opposite of straightforward, somehow the opposite. So you cannot trust these people because they are sneaky, they are sly. Someone is knocking. And Wafi. Hello, Wafi. Muhammad is here. Hi, Muhammad. Muhammad, test your microphone, okay? Muhammad, test your microphone. Say
Okay,
hi.
miss.
Oh, okay.
Hi, miss.
Okay, Muhammad, and Wafi, you've missed the first part, the beginning. So we are talking about people today. How to describe people. Okay?
Okay, miss.
So I'm giving you some tips, and then after 5 minutes, I guess, or so, we will move on to practice. So you're going to speak, and I'm going to help you to build up your sentences, your stories, and describing some relatives or the questions that I will provide you. Wafi, test your microphone. Wafi, use your microphone just to test it. Say hi to us. Okay, maybe Wafi is not around. Okay, let's just move on.
Hi, dear.
Hi, you're here. Cool.
Here.
Okay. Welcome.
Thanks.
So, again, you've missed some things, but all in all, we are talking about how to describe people today. And I give you some vocabulary and tips. After 5 minutes, I'll finish and you will be speaking. Okay? All right, then let's move on. So, and the last one, I guess, here. So, sneaky is sly, or it's the opposite of straightforward. You don't really trust sneaky people. And reckless is, this person is careless. It's the opposite of rational. Rational is logical, but this person doesn't behave logical. Okay, you can use some phrasal verbs to take good care of somebody. My mom took good care of me when I was a child, and she keeps taking good care of me now. Help to get through something. So my dad has always been helping me to get through all difficult times that I faced. To carry out my every wish. So my friend always carried out my every wish. So he always thought about me and tried to give his best. And of course, some idioms, guys. So I think I'll just talk about idioms and then provide you the checklist and we will move on. So some idioms have positive meaning, some negative. So this one is positive. You can take a screenshot. Be on the same wavelength means to understand each other well. My cousin and I are on the same wavelength. To get on well also means the same. So I get on well with my sister. To know somebody inside out means to know somebody very well. My friend knows me inside out. Be there for somebody means he was always there for me. Sorry, not for my, of course, for me. So my friend has always been there for me. Support through thick and thin. My dad has always supported me through thick and thin, so through difficult times. And man of his word or woman of her word. So means a reliable or trustworthy person. So you can say that my mom is a woman of her word, is reliable. And there are some negative idioms. Again, take a screenshot. So an armchair critic, the person who criticizes everyone around and don't really act upon solving the problem. So they not only know to criticize. There are lots of armchair critics these days. A know-it-all person which thinks that he knows everything. At least this person acts as if he knows everything. It's really irritating. Pain in the neck. If a person is a pain in the neck, it's a difficult and unpleasant and annoying person. Pain in the neck, you know, when you have a sore throat. So this person is a pain in the neck. You don't really get along with this person. Rotten apple. Maybe you've heard about this one. So this is a dishonest person. And this person corrupts, like influences other people around in a negative way. Stickler for the rules. Sometimes it's good to be a stickler for the rules, but sometimes it's too much, guys. So a person who insists on following the rules and regulations, they are stickler for the rules. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Some people act really as if they are harmless, but they are dangerous indeed. And you learn it later on. So you can say wolf in sheep's clothing. And a yes man, someone who always agrees with people, especially with superiors. And they, just to gain their approval, you know, just say yes. Even they agree or not with their opinion, they will always say yes because they're maybe afraid or they are trying to get some better position in life. So these are all idioms. As for grammar, you can use also comparison. I think I have much the same mannerism as my father. All other people are not as ambitious as he is. So much the same as, not as. You can use these comparisons, guys, to showcase your grammar. And you can use also present perfect tense. Whenever I have a bad day, he or she has always been there for me. Has been. This is a present perfect tense. And all in all, when we are talking about people, let's say when I ask you to describe someone, you know, what tense will you use? So we learned that present perfect you can use, but what other tenses you can use? For example, when we're describing events, we use narrative tenses, past simple, past continuous, past perfect. But when we're describing people, let's say describe your favorite athlete, describe your favorite teacher, describe a person you admire, what tense will you use here?
Simple present.
Yeah, you can go for present tenses, usually simple present, yeah. And you can insert some present perfect to showcase your vocabulary. So he has always been there for me. Yeah, he has always been there for me. That's a good way to say that. Or I have known him for ages. This is also at the beginning you can use as a setting, as an introduction, as a forward. You can say, I have known him for ages. I have known him since I was a child. So this is a good way to enrich your grammar usage. So that to show a range of grammar when you are talking to an examiner. Okay, so these are just some tricks that I would like to share with you so that you succeed in what you're doing. And comparison, yeah, you can compare yourself with this person. If you resemble this person, if you look alike, if you have the same mannerism, you can say much the same mannerism as my father, or I resemble my father. I'm much the same as my father, and not as ambitious. If you think that you are not like that, if you don't believe that you behave like this, you can say I'm not as ambitious as he is. So just to compare. Conjunctions, I was talking about conjunctions, so let's skip this part because again you need to sequence the story, you need to signal when your idea starts and when you move on to the next one. So use this. Intensifiers, I was talking about intensifiers last lesson, so I'm not going to talk about it. Just intensifier is the way to replace the word very and to. So instead of saying very much, you can say extremely or really, significantly, considerably, amazingly, these kind of words. And here's the checklist, guys. So first one, use storytelling techniques. So you should have a setting, you should have a character, you should have a plot to tell more details about this person, and the resolution, like a final part of it. We will see if you have it in your speech today or not, and you will check yourself using this checklist. Second, you need to use 1 or 2 idioms if you want to score band 7. If you don't want to score band 7, if 6 is enough, it's still good if you can use it. You can ignore it, but still it will be good if you can use it. You can use 2 or 3 phrasal verbs that I provided you today to get along with, to get on well. This also will showcase your vocabulary. Use intensifiers instead of saying very. This is boring, guys. Don't say very. Use either some extreme adjectives like abysmal, yeah, very bad, or use intensifiers. Instead of saying bad, you can say terribly bad, awfully sad, something like this. And use relevant, more complex grammar like present perfect and comparisons that we talked today, and use conjunctions to connect your speech. So this is the checklist we're going to stick to in today's lesson. And now this is the question card, the cue card. A family member you spend time with. I want you to describe a family member you spend time with. So describe a family member you spend a lot of time with. You should say who this person is, what you usually do together, what kind of person he or she is, and explain why you spend the most time with him or her. So again, you see why is usually your conclusion, your final part. Yeah, and these questions help you to build up the setting and to build up the body part and to make the conclusion. So they are already helping you to create a story. So if you just follow the cue card questions, that will be fine. Do you need a sample answer, or is this fine? Should we move on to speaking, or would you like to see a sample answer?
Sir, perhaps.
You say sample answer? Okay, let's look. I have a sample answer for band 6 and for band 7 and for band 8. Which one?
Band 7.
Band 7.
7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8.
Okay. Okay. Alpha, band 7 you are aspiring. So would you like to check the sample answer for band 7?
Could you repeat, Miss? I can hear you.
Yeah, which sample? I have a sample answer. So would you like to have a band 6, 7, or 8 as for sample answer?
Seven.
Band 7, okay, most of you. Muhammad, would you like to see a band 6, 7, or 8? As for sample answer, Muhammad?
Maybe 6.
Okay, then we can check the 6 because this is short one and move on to 7. Okay, oops, someone is joining. Now, Naura. Welcome, Naura. I'm showing the sample answer. We are talking today about people. So, firstly, how it looks like. Today, I'm going to share with you a family member who I spend most of my time with. That is my father, my mother, my older sister, my older brother or cousin. Then you move on. My father, mother, older sister, etc. is a very considerate and thoughtful person. When I was small, he or she usually took good care of me, taught me good lessons, and never let me out of his or her side. So I was always like at her side. She took care of me. Even now, whenever I have a bad day, he or she has always been, you see, present perfect, even now, has always been there for me and helps me get through it. So, of course, it's a bit short. You needed to add up something more here. But still, this is kind of sample answer for band 6. You can stick to this sample if you're looking for band 6. Band 7. It's a little bit long, but I'll try to read it for you. I think I spend the most time with my mother. I don't really have a lot of family members, and I don't have any brothers or sisters. My mom is my closest relative, and over time is a nice conjunction here to connect to ideas, and over time we have become good friends. Again, present simple is used. We have become good friends. We don't happen to live to each other, and I have moved away to a country that's nowhere near her. Okay, so present simple and then present perfect. I have moved away to a country that's far away. Nowhere near means far away from her. My mother is a really kind-hearted person. Today we learned what a kind-hearted is. My mother is a really kind-hearted person that wants the best for everyone. She is also a very talkative and lively person. Whenever she's talking, she uses a lot of gestures like that and talks with her hands as much as she uses her voice. In between the times when we are able to see each other in person, we call and email each other. It's a good way to communicate, but no substitute for actually seeing each other face to face. Every so often, this is a nice conjunction, I take a trip to see her. So from time to time, every so often, from time to time, I take a trip to see her. It's a long journey, usually involving a taxi, a bus, a plane, and 2 trains. Wow, really long. It's quite an ordeal to get to her. Ordeal like difficult, hardship to get to her, but it's worth it. When we do finally see each other, the first thing we do is give each other a warm hug, like most mothers. Like most mothers, she's always trying, present continuous, she's always trying to feed me something or another. She knows the kind of food I like and usually has them on hand for when I arrive. So on hand, like ready, prepared. We love to catch up on each other's news, to catch up on news. We also learned to catch up last lesson, so to get familiar what's going on in our life. We'll chit-chat like informal way of talking. We'll chit-chat and gossip endlessly about anything and everything. I think we spend more time laughing over more mundane things, mundane like casual things, than I do with most of my friends. When it's time for me to go home, we always hug and she makes me promise to email her when I get home to let her know I've arrived safely. So do we have a storytelling here? Is storytelling technique used here?
Yes, it has. But I afraid this sample is within 2 minutes, Miss. Is this
Yes.
speaking within 2 minutes?
Yes, 2 minutes. Yeah, you need 2 minutes to say that.
Also, it will fast in speaking. I think. Yeah, within that many words in sample of 7.
Well, there, band 7 is usually well-paced, so maybe you can contract it. Yes, if you want to, of course, you can reduce, let's say, when we do finally see each other, or you may delete this part, let's say, every so often. You can delete the part, some of the part, but still, if I did I speak more, but I also was explaining. It's better to say and secure 2 minutes than to say less.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this person managed to build up on it and to provide a good way of speaking at length and lots of details, so storytelling. Now, your question, your cue card is the same. So describe the family member you spend a lot of time with. Let's do it. I'm sending you the card. You have 1 minute to prepare your answer, okay? You have 1 minute to prepare your answer. So Alpha, Franklin, Muhammad, okay?
Yes, Miss.
So take a note and a piece of paper just to take notes. And write down some important things that you think is useful, okay? And I'm setting the timer. So after 1 minute, you will start speaking. And let me show you a sample answer for 6. Okay, time's up. Are you ready? Franklin, let's start with you, then Muhammad, and then Alpha.
Not yet, Miss. Can I see the screen again?
Okay, sure. You can actually look at the screen. You can look at the screen. Franklin, are you ready?
Okay, Miss, thank you.
You're welcome. Franklin, do you need a time extension or are you ready?
Yes, ready, Miss. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, then let me set the timer to 2 minutes and see. Guys, I suggest you to listen and give advice. So, Alpha, you can just put aside your writing now, because anyway, you need to speak impromptu, like off the cuff, without preparations. So, Alpha and Muhammad, please just put your writing aside, listen to Franklin, he will give you a sample answer, and then you will give him some advice. What was good, what was not really good, okay? Muhammad, Alpha, all right? Alpha?
Yes, Miss.
Did you get what I'm saying?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, I ask you to put what you're writing now aside and focus on Franklin's speech. He's going to start speaking. He will give you a sample answer, and you will give him some advice.
Okay, Miss, I get it.
Cool, thank you so much. Muhammad, did you get it?
Okay, Miss.
Did you get it?
Yes, I get it, Miss.
All right. Then let's listen to Franklin, then Muhammad, you will take a go, and then Alpha. Yes, Franklin, you may start speaking now.
I'd like to talk about my immediate family, who is my wife. She's name is Juliana. I've been meet her since I was in junior high school, and I've been have a relationship with her since that time. So it's been a long time that I meet each other. Yeah, after we married, and we used to spend time together in the house. Of course, after I went back from the office, and I do together chores, chores things, clean the house, and after I got children together, we raised our children, feed them, and teach them. And she is very important for me because she know how to manage the financial things. So I'm the one who get the money, and she the one who manage all of the money, because she is rational. She can manage all the expenses and also reliable to take care of my financial. Yeah, she's very important with my life because without her I can do anything. Uh, and because I love her so much, so I will spend the rest of my time with her until the end of my life.
Let's see how much time left. Okay, almost. Yeah, almost. So you had just 10 seconds left. This is totally fine. 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes is fine. Okay, so timing is good. Alpha, what do you think about Franklin? Can you give him a piece of advice?
Yes, I think Franklin Franklin has a good what it's called has a good things to explain, and he has good answer, and so the advice is just try to repeat day after day, so we can have a clear conversation. Just that. But I think it's so good.
Thank you so much. Muhammad, what do you think about Franklin's speech?
Manjo.
Muhammad, what do you think about Franklin's speech?
Bahasa Inggris?
Maybe Franklin is very good, but Franklin is very lucky to have her wife. And I heard that Franklin explained about her wife, like she is rational and reliable about financial. So Franklin is very lucky person.
Okay, thank you. Let's look at this checklist. Use storytelling technique. Franklin, did you use a storytelling technique?
Yes, I did. I told when the time I meet my wife, and I told also how long I've been has a relationship. So I think I use a storytelling technique. I use a setting, also a character.
Yeah, totally. You did it. You also described your wife in the mid part and the body part, and you explained why she's so important to you. Yeah, totally. Just when you were introducing the scene, the setting, you said, "I've been meet her since." You can't say. You can say, "I've known her since." You can't say, "I've been meet her." I have known her since since 2000 or for 2 years or for 10 years. Okay, so be careful about your present perfect usage, because you misused it several times in today's speech. Rewatch the recording and correct it. Your beginning of the speech had lots of cases incorrect usage of present perfect, and you said she name is. What's the mistake?
Her name is supposed to be.
Yeah. So you said she is the one who manages all the money. Who manages? The one who manages. She manages. Yes, who manages all the money. And yeah, we feed them, we teach them. Okay, maybe you can say present tense. We feed them, we teach them. Or currently we're feeding and teaching them. Okay, thank you so much, Franklin. It's been lovely, because also you try to use I think idioms, and I didn't hear really phrasal verbs, but probably you used to get on well with her. So as for intensifiers, I can't recall now, but you used relevant complex grammar, just you need to correct it, and you try to use some conjunctions.
Yes, Alena, actually, Franklin's overall good, but he still has some like grammars. Yes, that's a grammar that must be make corrections like that. So, because he repeats about did, then do, and then also get something like that. Yeah, actually, if that's in past tense, that he should say did like that. Yeah, I think I think like that. That's what I got.
Okay, thank you so much. Lovely. Yeah. Muhammad, your turn. Take it over. Describe your. I know we run out of time, but I can give 5 minutes more for everyone to speak. Muhammad?
Can you repeat again, Miss?
So now it's your turn to speak. Please speak for 2 minutes describing who you're going to describe. A family member that you spend a lot of time with. The question is in front of you. If you open the chat, you can see it. Also, I can open the question here. So yes, you have 2 minutes. Go. Mohammed?
Okay, Miss.
Start speaking, please.
Okay, I want to. Today, I'm going to share with you a family member who I spend most of my time my time with. That is my mother. My mother is very my mother is very kind person, and she also thoughtful person. But sometimes when I have trouble, she always to give me a good advice and to good care of me, and then taught me a good lessons and never let me cry. And she always been there for me until the problem is over. Uh, I was so lucky to have my mother, and I'm also to very very love her. That's it, Miss.
Is that all? Finished? Okay, I guess Muhammad is finished speaking. Okay, so what can you suggest, Muhammad? Franklin. Muhammad disconnected. Okay, then Muhammad joined back. Yeah, it's okay. You disconnected. It's fine. You spoke for 1.5 minutes. It's totally fine. Don't worry. So you are within the time range. Franklin, can you give some help, some advice?
Muhammad still have room for improvement, I think, with the pronunciation, and perhaps she needs to address the storytelling about her mother. Although he got already the point, the topic, and he just make it more vivid. I mean the topic more should make more clear for the speech. That's my opinion.
Yeah, totally right. I do agree about pronunciation. Sometimes I can't really get what you were saying, so you need to work on your pronunciation, Muhammad. Listen and imitate and check individual sounds when you're speaking. And yeah, you actually didn't use storytelling technique. You just looked through the questions, who this person, what you usually do together, what kind of person he is, and then explain why. So you just answered these questions, but remember, just answering the questions doesn't allow you to speak at length and to provide a full answer. I mean, yeah, what is required during the exam. You need to build up a story, like for Band 7, I provided today the story. So something like this. Provide the story. What do you usually do together? How do you meet your mama, etc. Okay, Mama? I think Muhammad doesn't hear us. Okay, Alpha, can you start speaking, please?
Yes, Miss. Okay,
2 minutes.
I will start.
Yeah, 2 minutes for your speech, please.
Okay. Today I'm going to share with you a family member who I spend most of my time with. is my mother. My mother is a very thoughtful person and careful one, and she is a very tolerant person. And when I was child, my mother always accompany me when I back to school, and accompanied me to study when I was child, and always take care of me. And my mother is a very joyful one, because he always be the one who can share who I can share my problem, and we can solve it together. So the one is I spend most time is my mother.
Okay, so let me see. You still had like you could talk at least for 10 more seconds in terms of the time. Because you had some pauses in between, you had to think of the ideas, what to say. Yeah, so you could talk for at least 10-20 seconds more. That would be much better. Anyway, Muhammad or Franklin, one of you can give some advice, and then I will give my advice.
From me, perhaps Alpha should make clear who is her mother. She often used he to explain her mother. Supposed to be like she. She is, he said well ago, he. So make more clear with she or he. So perhaps Alpha should improve, like using the subject for she for her mother,
Yeah.
and also
Subject pronouns, right.
Yeah, also pronunciation. She needs to she still have a lot of room for improvement for pronunciations. Perhaps make more practice for pronunciations, I think, and also repetition words like and like when, and again when. So that's for me for suggestion for Alpha. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much. Nice suggestions. So Alpha, yeah, I agree with Franklin, and also your speech should be faster for band 7, because you're aspiring band 7. It should be faster. The way much faster, I would say. And if you check the checklist, you need to use storytelling technique. So you need to set the setting. I mean, it should be more like a story. Should be more like a story. You need to have a wider body part. So not like that. You did use some relevant vocabulary and grammar. That was nice, but still you need to make it more extended. You need to use 1-2 idioms because you're aspiring band 7, phrasal verbs because you're aspiring band 7. Intensifiers could be nice if you use it. And conjunctions. So first, let's say, at least conjunctions of sequence. Firstly, my mother is. Second, she also helps me with, etc. So if you just use several conjunctions, first, second, and third, that would already push you to speak at length and to generate more ideas. And I've written one mistake. You say she always be the one who helps me, let's say. You said you misused the grammar. You lost the opportunity to use present perfect tense. She has always been the one. That was a perfect opportunity for you to use present perfect tense. She has always been the one who helped me with my stuff, with any problems I have. taste, yeah? So that would be just perfect, Alpha, if you could use the present perfect here correctly. Now, picture time. Turn on your cameras, please. Of course, we have like this sign. How do you make it? Like this sign? Yeah. I can
like this. Like this.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Not like this, miss.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's what I can do.
Not like this. This is lying. This is a lying food.
That's not only lying. That's not only lying. Actually, Catholics use it like to say fingers crossed. Oh, I hope it will happen. Fingers crossed for you. Yeah. So not only lying. It has two different meanings. Yeah. Okay, Mohammed, if you have your camera working properly, please turn on your camera. We'll take a picture. Mohammed, 3, 2. Okay. Mohammed, turn on his camera. Okay, Mohammed, we can't really see your face. Can you move your camera a little bit down? Down, a little bit more down. More down. A little bit more down. Yeah, thank you. Smile, everyone. And one more second. Wait, full screen. I will make a full screen now. I forgot it. 3, 2. Smile. You're fabulous. You're just fabulous, guys. I'll send it to you shortly. And on Monday, we will do some practice. So I'll just, wrap up the theory that we learned today. And on Monday, we'll have like more of a practice